Hello and welcome back to the Old Realms and our Damsel playthrough. So here we go, we're actually going to go into the battle here because what's actually really funny is a couple of people got a little bit irritated or annoyed with me in the previous episode, and I apologize. So I apologize for that very much. But that's the thing. If we literally had charged in, and I'm talking about if we had charged in the previous episode and either attempted to do a siege defense. Obviously, you know me, I absolutely love siege defenses. I think siege defenses are super fun, and I think that they you know, I'm missing doing them as this character quite a bit. But the problem with doing siege defenses with my current setup is because we're up against vampires right now. If I was not up against vampires, I would wholeheartedly be doing those. I would literally be doing those almost all the time because it is just so much fun. It really is. Now, here's the thing. I actually reloaded one of my saves, not now, but in my spare time, because I was really interested to see what would have actually happened. Because usually what I like to do in series is I like to stick with the decision that I make. Obviously, you've seen this multiple times before where I have, you know, made a decision, and if that decision ends in my demise, and indeed it has multiple times in the past where I have literally been killed and defeated on screen, and I don't shy away from showing you those downs as well as the ups. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm always going to show you absolutely everything if I feel like it is good for the authenticity of the series, because as it stands right now, I'm not going to cut that stuff out. I'm not going to do that, because that's just it just takes away from the journey, in my opinion. It takes away from the journey, and it makes it maybe a little I don't know, maybe too samey. But it's actually quite funny because now people are saying and indeed complaining about the fact that we're winning too much. Now here's the thing: the only reason why I implemented that strategy last episode, yesterday, whatever. The only reason why I did that is literally just because I had an inkling that we were going to lose that if I didn't do, you know, the funny running around strategy. And it's really funny because it's like, well, I mean, I did actually say multiple times in the episode as well, which I kind of hoped would convey the message, but apparently it did not. To a few people, so that's kind of sad, to be honest, because, you know, I am certainly not someone that is going to take doing anything particularly like that lightly. You know, I personally prefer to charge in where I can because I find that more fun. I definitely find that more fun. But yeah, anyway, as I was about to tell you, I reloaded one of my previous saves from before we even started doing the field battles, because I have a bunch of backup saves just in case of save game corruption and all that wonderful stuff, you know, because I've had that kind of thing happen many times in the past where you know, I was playing Warband or whatever, and I would lose an entire series due to save game corruption, and that was just awful. So I have gotten into the habit of literally saving multiple times in multiple slots to make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, anyway, point is, I reloaded this save and I tried the siege. Alright, I literally went and tried the siege because I was interested to see if my course of action was decent, right? You know, because obviously in these situations I'm always, as I say, I always want to try to do what I think is going to give me the best possible chance for survival. Obviously, there we go, we eliminated all those guys. We killed 1,400 pretty easily, actually, surprisingly enough. But anyway, there you go. We are now able to take all of them prisoner. Now, here's the funny thing. I actually told you I told you in the previous episode that I had the opportunity to execute these people. Now, here's what's funny. I actually don't think I can. I don't think I can execute any of them because I have birth and death disabled. I don't think that I actually have the ability to do that. I don't think it's possible because of the way the mod works. Obviously, you know, that's just how things are. But there you go. We actually defended this, well, relatively easily, as you can see right there. So, not too bad. But here's the thing. Obviously, apart from the fact that I won't be able to, I won't be able to execute anyone because, again, death is disabled. And I don't really want to cause a crash right now. So yeah. Anyway, as I said, I went into a siege. I went into the siege defense. There were over 3,000 troops in the siege, and they were obviously wanting to murder us. They wanted to murder us super, super badly. So now, I obviously wanted to try, I wanted to try this out pretty badly because I wanted to see just what would have happened. And, yeah, let me just say that it did not go well. Alright, it did not go well. Basically, I went into the siege, and as soon as I did, I lost 120 troops. Yeah. I lost 120 troops in about 30 seconds? Yeah. And you may be thinking, oh, how did that happen? How did that happen? Yeah, and I'd love to show you, but obviously now I have, I don't have that save anymore, but the point is, we are making good decisions in this regard, because, as I say, the only reason why we lost so many troops is because of the vampire spells. They have a number of bombardment AoE spells that I remember from the previous series. You know, you've seen that in action as well. But in a siege, especially because you have a bunch of your troops all clustered together, they're basically just begging to be attacked by some kind of insane, really, really large AoE ability. And that is indeed the problem. That is indeed the huge problem there. And I've obviously, we only have 180 troops. We only have 180 troops or something like that. And so, of course, we're not gonna be able to do anything as a result. We literally cannot win. And I did eliminate around 1,400 troops out of the 3,000, but they were showing no signs of slowing down, and I was actually, I managed to stay alive long enough to be the only person still standing at the end, and I had to run around literally by myself, attempting to cast hexes on the opponent over and over again, and unfortunately it still wasn't enough. And there you go. That's exactly the reason why I said to you, this is probably the best course of action, and indeed it seems like it was indeed the best course of action. Even if, you know, even if I had chosen it, then we would have ended up being defeated. But it's nice. That's the thing. That's actually a thing that I don't really tend to mention, which is quite funny because I don't know whether you know this, but obviously, as I said to you just now, I do have number of different saves. And just very specifically because I want to try out certain things, also because of the crashes and everything. I want to make sure that we don't have problems with progression being lost and so on. But apart from that, it actually does give me the opportunity to try out different avenues of, you know, different avenues of choice. So in this case, it means going into the siege. But in other cases, and I've done this, you know, a few times in other series as well, which I just haven't mentioned it actually, but generally I do like to try and see what happens if I decide to do something a little bit different, because I think that's fun. I think it's fun to see what would have happened. Obviously, you can't do this in real life, so you might as well try it in the game. But of course, it doesn't affect the overall series, and it doesn't affect, you know, how we progress in general, but it is something that I felt was maybe relatively important to mention, because then it makes it so that you know very specifically what would have happened otherwise. And I think that is kind of important from, well, any number of perspectives, because then you kind of understand that I literally have tried it. Do you know what I mean? like, you know, if someone says to me, oh yes, you should have defended against the 3,000 in the siege well, yeah, I mean, at that point, I've already tested it out after the fact, you know, like I made the decision to defend on the fields of battle, and I know for a fact, because of after the recording, whenever the recording is finished, I then just reload and I do, you know, a little bit of off screen myself, just to see very, very specifically what would have happened if I had decided on something else. And I think that's interesting, but obviously you don't have to, you know, you don't have to think that's interesting, but I think that's really, really cool. And I just thought I'd let you know about that because that's something that I haven't actually said in the past that I do, because I just like to explore those kinds of scenarios. Because when I explore those scenarios, it makes it so that I then have the knowledge and have the ability to say, if someone says to me, you know, I think it would have been really cool to go into that siege defense, then I'll just go, well, that's the thing. I kind of know that wouldn't have worked out very well, unfortunately. I would have loved to have been able to do the siege defense, don't get me wrong, because it would have actually provided us with an insane amount of renown. But the problem, as you could no doubt tell, is the fact that I am just gonna get defeated. You know, there was nothing I could do about it. So yeah, as I say, even with, and this is what I was also talking about in prior episodes, I'm not going to talk about the balancing or the overpowered nature of spells and so on and so forth, because I've already done that multiple times. But the fact is, even with such an incredibly strong character, I'm not able to win. I wasn't able to win against 3000. So it very much depends on your definition of overpowered, I suppose. Because yeah, sure, we can definitely win in like normal situations where we're up against around 1,000 units or so. But if we're up against 3,000 units, I actually don't know whether that's going to be the case. Because at the end of the day, the damsel is still a support-ish character. It is definitely not something that can... I mean, it depends. Okay, it depends. If you're in a field battle, then maybe you're going to be... I don't know, maybe you'll be okay in regards to staying alive and being able to solo the opponent, because if you're in a field battle, you have your horse, and having a horse obviously makes it a lot easier for you to be able to keep away from the enemy, so you're not going to be right next to them and them attempting to slash at you and so on and so forth. But in a siege, that is very, very different, because in a siege, you're literally just going to get... well, you're going to get all kinds of annoying things happening to you, because the enemy is just going to be right on top of you almost instantly, and it's going to be a bit of a difficulty. So that's the kind of thing that is a little bit iffy, you know. Can't really say one way or another which way that would go, but you know, yeah. So anyway, I just thought you'd like to know that that is indeed what I do after major decisions. Because, as I say, I feel like it's important to kind of know what would have happened. Sometimes I don't do this, by the way. Sometimes I don't have enough time to go back and do that whole thing, because maybe, you know, it's a massive siege and it's just too much time investment. Because sometimes I just don't have enough time. However, in this situation, it took me like, I don't know, 5 minutes, because I went into the siege. I killed, you know, 1,000 units, and then at that point, all my forces were dead, basically. I only had like 20 people remaining, and then they all just, you know, died from the sheer number of skeletal units that were pouring in. And I tried my best. I cast my hexes, I cast my spells, cast everything that I could. I was infinitely trying to get Winds of Magic back as well, and that was difficult. Let's just say that. Sometimes it is much more difficult than you think to get your mana back. So you know, that's obviously a bit of a problem. Because obviously, if you're thinking about mana, you're thinking about it in a you know, oh, I can definitely get this back kind of thing, because 50% chance is actually not bad. I feel like 50% chance is pretty decent, but if you consistently roll badly, then, well, good luck to you. You know, if you consistently roll, you know, less than 50, if we're talking about a roll from, you know, 1 to 100 or whatever, and if you get above 50, then you get your mana back, and otherwise, if you don't, then you don't. You know, obviously background calculations going on and all that stuff, but all I'm saying is, it's very much a case of, well, if you get your Winds of Magic back, then you might be able to do it. I might have been able to achieve victory in that siege if I had just gotten some lucky activations from my Winds of Magic recovery perk. Because I didn't get any. I think I got one. out of the entire siege. And obviously I was casting Aura of the Lady pretty much every single time I had the opportunity to do so. But some of the time you just don't get the opportunity. Look at this. Like, for example, now, let's see if we get some back. Yes, we did. We did get some back this time around. But as I say, there are numerous examples of me actually attempting to get our resource back, and it just doesn't happen. So that is obviously the nature of percentage chances. And certainly the reason why I would definitely say that the vampire is... I think the vampire is stronger, as I say, but it does have a higher skill cap, you know? It does have a higher skill cap, in my opinion, because the spells are on a relatively long cooldown, and if you miss entirely with your spell, well, you know, good luck, because then you're not going to be able to regenerate your charge of your mist form, and then everything's just going to, you know, go to pot, basically. So, you know, that's not very good. But anyway, I'm actually not entirely sure what is happening here. We've got one enemy remaining. Where is he? Look at this. Okay, I'm going to have to retreat, unfortunately. I really didn't want to have to do that, but oh well. Never mind. It seems like that's all we can really do. So I'm just going to send my troops in, and hopefully we're still going to get the... Yeah, we still got the 155 renown that we would have gotten otherwise, which is very nice. And we still have a pretty decent population in my army here. Not too bad. Okay, so I don't really have anything that I can do here, so I'm going to have to just leave the castle the way it is. We are also having some big problems back at home, by the way, because I don't know whether you realized or, you know, took note of that. I think you probably did at the time. But Reichland actually decided to declare war against... Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Never mind. I actually thought to myself, yes, we're at war against them. But no, we are actually not at war against them. What's actually going on here? Why is there a castle all the way out here? That's very strange, isn't it? That is very weird. Okay, I'm not entirely sure where the vampire counts are going, but they seem to have gone all the way off the deep end, so to speak. I have no clue. Anyway, we've got a huge amount of Chaos Cultists and so on and so forth around here, but we don't need to worry about them. Maybe I should I stay there for a little bit of time? I mean, I'm gonna need food sometime soon, I think. I might need food. I have how many? 14 days left. Is that enough for me to get my siege camp up and running over in the over in this town over here? I don't know whether that's enough time. Okay, vote for the new owner. I don't really want to take this myself. Should I take this myself, actually? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take it myself, just purely for the fact that I am the only one here. Yes, I am indeed the only one here, so I might as well get rewarded, right? I might as well get rewarded for doing the job of everyone else. Okay, so we're now we're now doing this. There are a couple of people escaping from my custody as well, which I am not very pleased about, because let's face it, they're going to prove themselves to be a rather annoying pain in the side here, you know, thorn in our side, whatever you want to call it. And hopefully they are just gonna leave me alone just enough time for me to go into this siege, and then we should be completely fine. Now, personally for me, now that we have defeated quite a few of the vampires, and in general they are not really posing too much of a threat any further. Obviously, as I said before, they would have won. They definitely would have won if I had gone into that siege. But because of the decisions I made, we avoided that. But what I'm saying is, apart from that fact, I feel like we... Well, I don't know. Do we have anything to fear? That's the question. Do we have anything to fear? I don't know. I'm kind of wondering whether I should get leadership or whether I should get steward. Let me actually just see here real quick. Yeah, no. I mean, none of this is actually particularly useful for me right now. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, this is not really working out too well. Maybe writing skill, actually. Writing skill might be the thing that we want to go for, or we should just go for engineering, because I'm doing a bunch of sieges. I don't know. I mean, me doing engineering right now is kind of useless in itself, because I basically don't even bother, you know, building siege equipment. Because a couple of the layouts of the castles and various things that we're going to be besieging, they don't really have very conducive layouts for the defenders. They basically will just not get to the walls. They just can't get to the walls in time because they have such a complex layout, or the fact that we are, you know, just charging at the walls doesn't give them enough time to be able to do that. So, you know, that's the thing. I obviously very much appreciate the unique scenes, by the way. The one that we were in beforehand, that was a completely unique thing right there. Oh yeah, I should also... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I do apologize. I actually, I did mean to go and learn some new spells. I did actually mean to do that. Yeah, my apologies about that, actually. Yeah, that is something that I did mean to do. I very much did mean to do that, but I just completely forgot. Yeah, I'm going to do that after this. I'm going to do that after this. I will try to remember it. My memory, for some reason, is completely shot, and I don't understand why that is, but there you go. Anyway, I will just try my best to eliminate these guys as fast as we can. And then we will go and learn a new spell or two, because there's going to be some fun ones, no doubt, right? Or at least I hope there will be. I mean, I'm sure there is. I mean, there are so many really, really cool spells in this mod, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Anyway, let me see here. Oh yeah, this is going to be a nice bit of damage. There we go. And then we can hopefully get up here. Obviously, I understand if this isn't particularly riveting in regards to interactivity with the opponent, because let's face it, all I'm really doing is casting spells at the opponent and then they're just falling over. But what else can I do, really, unfortunately? Because obviously, as you know, I'm playing as the damsel. She has very little melee ability, and all I can really do is just cast on people from here. Oh, that was nice. I love Green Eye. I've always loved the Green Eye spell. I think it's super, super fun to use. But yeah, there's obviously a number of... Well, I can do this, for example. We can go onto the walls and I can try to do damage that way. I think that's quite fun. But maybe you don't. I don't know. I think it's quite fun to go onto the walls and, you know, try to deal damage to these opponents close up. I think that's pretty fun, but yeah, maybe you don't. I don't know. Anyway, let's just use this real quick. Oh, they all died. Oh, are you serious? Okay, fine. If that's how it has to be, then that's how it has to be. I'm just going to heal myself real quick before we end the battle. And I think we're done, aren't we? Yeah, look at that. There's only 7 remaining. However, as you can see, my forces have just completely stopped moving. And I think there's a definite pathfinding problem with the AI. Not sure what's going on with that, but there you go. I'm going to have to retreat once again. Didn't really want to have to do that, but, you know, that's just how it is. And we're just going to have to finish them up like so. Thankfully, we don't take any unnecessary casualties, and we did get 472 renown, which is exactly what we want. We do want a significant amount of that. Thank you very much. All right, so apart from this, I don't even know whether I should take any of these prisoners, to be honest. I mean, yeah, there is... I guess it's all right. I mean, I don't need money, you see. That's the only thing I'm thinking of right now. I don't need money. There's a ghost horse harness right here. That seems so incredibly cool. I'm actually going to take that literally just because I'd like to take it. And otherwise, we'll go into here, go into the dungeon, and we'll just place a bunch of people in there. There's only 179 spaces, so there's not much I can do with it. And otherwise, we can just ransom all of our prisoners there, and then oh yeah, I should go and speak to the Dark Magister. Thankfully I remembered. Look at that. Oh, how amazing that I remembered that. Isn't that amazing? Yes, very, very much. Okay, so yeah, let's go and speak to him, and cross your fingers and hope that he's actually gonna speak to me about the spell schools that I can actually learn, because that's the thing. That's the reason why I was actually waiting, because yeah, as I thought, okay, he only teaches dark magic and necromancy, as you might expect, because he's a dark magister. He's not going to have lore of heavens or lore of beasts or any of those other, you know, spell schools. So unfortunately, I will need to go to Empire territory to be able to make that work. And we can also recruit some... we can recruit some blood dragons. Oh yes, there you go. Obviously, this is completely against the lore of you know, Britannia and so on and so forth. They're not going to be using Blood Knights, I assume, but that's not really that's not really the purpose of the playthrough. Really, I'm not trying to stay lore accurate, but it's kind of cool to see these guys, isn't it? I think it's kind of cool to see these guys in action, even though they're not really going to be around for too long, I don't think. But yeah, anyway, let me just buy some food. Unfortunately, we can't get any more spells right now, but maybe if I go to, I don't know, maybe if I go to one of the Empire towns or something like that, then we'll be able to do something with it. But as I said to you before, I'm not sure whether we should continue. Should we continue, or should we start a new playthrough somewhere else? That's the question. Alright, so I wasn't actually planning on showing you this battle because it's kind of one of those, you know, sort of standard things where we just go in and just obliterate everything, because there's only 350 troops here, and these guys are actually attempting to eliminate or indeed recapture one of the fiefs that we just took. So I was obviously very much wanting to prevent him from doing that, and so that's the reason why I'm attacking him. However, here's the thing. He was still able to eliminate 11 of our troops, just purely for the fact that he used one spell. Obviously, 11 of our troops is not really that much to write home about. He's obviously not going to kill all of us, but that's the reason why I'm not afraid of the vampires, but I definitely respect their strength, because, as I said, in that siege, if you had seen that, it was basically like, I don't know, I think there were 6 or 7, maybe even 8 different people casting spells all at once. And if you see some of the amazing AoE bombardment spells that are available from the Dark Magic and Necromancy vendor, then you'll see, and you'll know exactly what's going on with it. Because those guys, they literally don't mess around. They don't mess around. You are literally going to be, if you have all of your people standing in a standard formation, you know, like a standard formation that you're going to get with pretty much every single siege, you will very quickly realize just how strong these vampires can be. And they're going to be very, very surprising to you, potentially. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I actually think, you know, actually, I don't know. Shall we end the series here? I don't know. Shall we end the series here? I don't know, because obviously, as I said before, we're kind of done, you know? We're kind of done with the entirety of the vampires, because they don't really have anything with which to really, you know, threaten us anymore. They don't really have anything in regards to that, and now it is just a case of us, well, you know, stomping them into the ground, pretty much. That's kind of what's happening here now. So I'm not entirely sure if it's really necessary for me to show the rest of that. But yeah, apart from that, I think the I don't know, I think the next playthrough will probably be something with gunpowder. I think that seems like a pretty fun idea. Obviously, a couple of people wanted me to play a different mod, and that's very respectable. Sure, why not, you know? But I'd kind of like to explore some more of the other career options for the old realms, because there's just so many amazing combinations that you can go for, and so many amazing playstyles. And I mean, you can see just how different it actually is, because obviously, if you've seen the Vampire series already, and you see the Damsel now, it's a completely different playstyle. Even though I am still using spells and everything, it's just so different, because with... Oh. I don't know why it crashes, actually. And here we go. This is going to be our probably our final siege in the entire series, because I'm actually going to show you a brief overview of what's going on in the diplomacy screen here. Obviously, I've completed... I had to roll back a whole bunch because of the autosave. It was like 8 minutes ago, and I have my autosaves on a 10-minute rotation, because that's the minimum amount that you can do. I would prefer if it was a little bit shorter, but obviously then it's going to be kind of annoying in general. But whatever the case, yeah, I'm going to show you that, and then you're going to be able to see exactly what's going on, and what we kind of have to contend with a little bit here, because then we're going to be able to see a little bit more clearly how strong my faction actually is right now. Obviously, if you bear in mind that the well, technically we would be able to probably take on pretty much anything. We may indeed have I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. The Blood Knight Keep, that's the only thing that I feel we could potentially do that we haven't done before, and someone said that maybe that's the way to go. Maybe we want to try that out, because apparently that is one of the biggest challenges in the game. And I'm thinking, you know what, maybe we do want to try that. Maybe that would be pretty fun. So, you know what, I'm actually going to go, and I'll do that after this siege. This is going to be pretty easy, because as you can see, they only have militia available for some reason. I don't know why they only have militia, but yeah, this should be pretty easy for us to do. I absolutely love the fact that we have to go through all these various little structures as well to be able to get to the inner you know, workings of the castle, because that's I always find that so much fun. It really is so much fun to be able to do that. Alright, so I made my way all the way to Bloodkeep, and I've encountered a bit of a problem. I'll show you what the problem is in just a moment, but yeah, anyway, so Sylvania, they have made peace with us now. As you can see, we have 380 gold. As I was making my way here, there was a peace agreement. I decided, you know what, it's probably a good idea just to make peace with them. They basically have nothing left. As you can see, they have 5 castles, 0 towns. Obviously, the towns are the main you know, component of their territory, and otherwise their castles are just a smattering of things that are all over the place. So it's not really going to, you know, really give them much. Otherwise, apart from that, we obviously have Averland here, but as we know, Averland generally, well, I mean, they only have 2 towns. It's going to be extremely easy to eliminate them, in my opinion at least. And then Stierland, I mean, they've got a pretty good amount of stuff. You know, they've got 5 towns, 7 castles, but again, I don't think that that's really going to... I don't think that's going to do much, all things considered. But what I would like to do is fight the Order of the Blood Dragon. Now, the main problem that I'm having here is that I can't declare war against them for some reason. This is the army, as you can see right here, Mr. Harkon. And I can't do much about that for some reason. So I'm not entirely sure how to go about it, to be honest, because they don't own anything. They own the castle, but they don't own anything else. And so, for example, let's say that I want to speak to one of these guys, right? So if I want to say, yeah, you know, yeah, as you can see, I offer you one chance to surrender or die. And we literally speak to him, and then nothing much happens, as you can see. I offer you one chance to surrender or die. Forgive me, sir, I don't know what I was thinking. You used to be able to declare war on vassals by saying, I don't care, goodbye, and then just murder them, or try to murder them. And then Tailworlds changed the base game somehow to basically make it so that you couldn't do that any further. I don't know why this option is even here now, but yes, anyway, that is indeed making things a bit of a problem, isn't it? Because I actually would have liked to have gone into a siege against Bloodkeep, but the only way that I can do this is through declaring war on the Order of the Blood Knights. And, oh well, should we say Order of the Blood Dragon? And you can see here that unfortunately I can't do that because this fellow is very much not wanting to go to war against these guys for some reason. I have no idea why. I mean, beats me, you know. For me personally, this is an easy win. You know, this would be a super easy win. Only 756. I mean, literally, they have, I mean, technically, easy win. I don't know whether it's going to be easy. There are literal, 815 Blood Dragon Knights here. And 326 Blood Dragon Templars. And if you want to take a look at them without us actually going in there, because let's face it, I'm not going to be able to, I don't believe. These are the Templars. They are tier 6. And then obviously you have tier 5. And there's literally 1,000 of these guys combined. So there is a lot of troops in there that can be really, really dangerous. However, for me personally, I don't think that they're going to be that difficult for us to eliminate. But obviously, I'm never going to know. The only way that I would know, you know, to be able to do this is if I leave my kingdom and literally go ahead and just do that. Should I just leave my kingdom? Okay, you know what? We're going to take this a little bit extreme now. Usually, I'm going to try to play things a bit more by the book. But you know what? let's do it. I'm going to keep all holdings. We're going to leave. Boom. And now we're going to declare war. Can we not declare war straight away? No, we can't. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to do something here. Gonna have to try and figure out how to earn some influence here. Hopefully we will be able to do that. Oh, did I... Are you serious right now? Oh, yeah, I have to speak... Oh, that is the most... Oh, yeah. No offense, okay? No offense, but that is literally one of the most asinine things about Bannerlord that I think is... okay, never mind. I'm not gonna get into it. Okay, I'm not gonna get into it because maybe you don't believe that, and I don't want to. I don't want to cause any kind of conflict here. I just want to. I literally just want to make my own faction, and I don't want to have to go to one of my towns and speak to one of my governors to be able to do that. In my opinion, I think that's silly. I think that that is a terrible way of going about it. But who am I, right? Who am I? I'm no one, you know, so there you go. Anyway, so how do I do this now? Yeah, we go in here, speak to this guy, visit him. Again, don't know why I need to speak to my governor for him to be able to do that, but yeah, there you go. All right, is time to yes, yeah, we're doing this wonderful, wonderful thing. I will name it the... Oh, no. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to call it... Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, see, now I'm going to get... see, this is the point now. Now I'm going to get complaints about my kingdom name as well. Okay, I'm going to call it something... Tower of Peaceful War, like, situations. Boom. There you go. See, no one can complain about this, okay? No one can complain about this because this is lore accurate, all right? Lore accurate. I've read every single piece of Warhammer literature. I'm obviously joking. I have not. But, you know, it's funny, all right? It's funny. Sense of humor, anyone, please. Thank you very much. All right, so yes. Unfortunate that I will now have to literally earn enough influence to be able to do anything with this now. Please give me some influence. I need some influence. Okay, so obviously we are now at war against a number of people. Are we at war against... Oh, they actually own something up there. Oh, that's really funny. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's very, very amusing. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna... See, now I'm actually not entirely sure what to do because I'm thinking to myself, well, we probably want to... We want to fight Britannia, don't we? I mean, we kind of need to fight Britannia a little bit, but I don't really want to do that if I can help it because they're annoying. They have a lot of cavalry, and I don't really want to get embroiled in a battle with them if I can avoid it. Because it is just annoying to deal with them. It really is. Okay, so let's just level these guys up. Do I have any perks here to spend? Yeah, there we go, I do. Wounded troops in your party no longer pay wages. I don't care about that. Ugh, yeah, it doesn't really matter either way. None of those perks really make any difference right now. Okay, hello there, sir. Okay, I'm gonna actually fight you so that you can give me some influence. Oh, wow, you literally are running around with a bunch of peasants, aren't you? Yes, he has 135 peasants. I lost 4 troops. Okay, so let's just take them prisoner. And, well, I could take prisoners and then donate them, but I don't really want to run away. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to take them just so that I can convert them to my side when and if that actually happens. So, yeah, that's going to be potentially kind of useful. And we have 92. Right, okay. Can you please give me a little bit more? I just need a little bit more, please. There we go. There's 11 influence. Okay, so that should be enough for me to declare war against the Blood Knights. So let's actually have a look. This is the entire reason why I'm doing this, by the way. Okay, no. I need 200. Oh, that's so funny, isn't it? Oh, that is so funny. I love that. Not at all. Can you detect that? Alright, so because we have no vassals, I was literally just able to declare war on the Blood Dragons instantaneously, which is actually super, super fun. Love having no one be annoying and actually have to say, oh no, we don't want war against these people. Yeah, that's actually really nice. So, let's see what happens here. Obviously, it's going to take me a little bit of time to actually get this going. And look at this. What? What are you doing, Mr. Karstein right there? What's he doing? What's he doing? Why is he deciding to declare war on the peaceful, warlike resolution party of death and doom? Yeah, I don't even know what my faction's called anymore. It's such a nonsense name, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, yeah, what is it? The Tower of Peaceful Warlike Resolutions. Actually, situations even. Oh, that's even funnier. Okay. Yeah, well, whatever the case, let's do it. Obviously, I'm not playing this as you would normally play it, but because this is probably the final episode, I'm just throwing all caution to the wind. If I was doing this appropriately, then I would have eliminated Bretonnia and then gone from there and expanded slowly outward. That's what I would have done. Or I would have gone and just completely ignored Bretonnia and gone towards the vampires, eliminated the vampires completely, and then expanded outward and eliminated the Empire next, and so on. So that's what I would have done if I was playing this seriously, but obviously as I'm just attempting to take Blood Dragon Keep, that's it. That is all I'm attempting to do. That's my entire goal for the last little portion of this episode. So let's see if we can actually do it. I don't know whether we're going to be able to, but let's see. I'm actually interested to find out. I mean, I have a lot of Winds of Magic. I've got 96. I should have a pretty good time of things. They have 460 people on the battlefield right now. And yeah, their militia is very, very strong, as we've seen. Their militia is very strong. However, I still feel as though maybe it's not going to really do too much. I mean, look at this. I can just cast this. Let me see now. Let's cast this. There we go. They're all going to die relatively quickly, I think. And it depends, actually. How much HP do Blood Dragon Knights actually have? Because that's the question here. I don't know. That's the issue, I think. That is indeed the issue, because I really don't know how much they actually have. It might actually be more difficult than anticipated. Let me see here. Where are my people? There we go. There's some people through there. Is there anyone else down there? No, I'm not seeing anyone. Most of them are actually over there, as you can see. So, 420. I want to go to the 420 people. If I go to the 420, I should be able to hex them all. Wouldn't that be funny? I think that's going to be fun. So let me see if I can actually make that work. Okay, there's this guy. Hopefully he's going to die relatively soon. Oh, this is them right here? What? They're all just standing there? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Massive damage. Okay, I want to do the green eye, please. Oh, yes. Yes. More of this, please. I want another one of these. Boom. Oh, really? I thought it would actually kill many more. Boom. Oh, what? Really? It's really not killing that many. I'm sad now. I'm sad that it's not killing that many. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, let's just do this, and let's get Aura of the Lady, and I'm gonna die. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Thank you very much. Alright, so, yeah, we are not doing too badly so far. Let's just cast another one of these doom spells here. Where are the enemy? They are over there. Oh, hello. There seems to be quite a few of them coming down the stairs. Coming down the stairs, going up the stairs. Coming down the stairs, going up the stairs. Yeah, okay, never mind. Let's just not reference that. Okay, so yeah, apart from this, we are not doing very well, actually, all things considered. As I said to you multiple times before, I feel like the main problem that we have is just pure numbers. That's it, just pure numbers. Because here's the thing, hexes and everything, that's all very well and good, but they are not ever going to be able to kill things fast. And if you need enemies dead quickly, then you probably need to play as vampires. You know, you probably need to play as a vampire character, because otherwise it's just not going to work. You're not going to be able to really get the time to kill ratio that you really need, because obviously as it stands right now, you can see me right here. I'm literally just well, I'm having issues actually killing things because I just don't have enough damage. But, you know, it is, that's the only thing I can do, really. And you can see here that there's only 65 of my troops being killed, and I only have 90 remaining. Literally just 90 total remaining. And the enemy has so many troops still alive. So I highly doubt I'm even going to be able to do this, just purely for the fact that they have so many troops, and that's it. And, I mean, that's the thing. For me, I think I would probably be able to do this if I came with an army. Because obviously at the moment I'm not really trying to do this as a serious conquest. I just wanted to see what it was like. But if I was doing it like a serious conquest, I would have come here with an army of like 500, 600 or something like that. Maybe even more than that. It very much depends. But yeah, as you can quite clearly tell, it's... I think it's doable. That's the thing. I think it is definitely doable, and it's not as difficult as I anticipated. But it is definitely one of those sieges that you're going to need more troops to be able to handle. Because if you don't do it with, you know, a significant amount of backup, you're going to have some issues, just purely for the fact that the enemy has the defender's bonus, you know. They just literally will be able to do whatever they want most of the time. Well, I don't have any more resource, so I can only hope that I'm actually going to get that back through the 50% chance. As I've said before, I think that the 50% chance is very... It can be very finicky sometimes. It's going to give it to you very much. Like, you're going to get it almost, I don't know, 3 out of 4 times. But every other time you're doing it, and it's... Well, it's not very responsive in that fashion. They're just going to be like, no, I'm not going to give you any winds of magic at all. And then you feel very, very bad about it. But, you know, that is just the nature of rolling the dice, as it were. But yeah, we're actually not even doing that badly, as you can see. We're doing quite well, surprisingly enough, still. And, I mean, that's the funny thing. I mean, you see exactly what's happening here. Like, as you say, or sorry, as I said, we are indeed capable of winning this if I just had a couple more troops. If I had a couple more troops, I think I would probably be... This would be, you know, a done deal, pretty much. We're getting really lucky with our resource gain at the moment. This is really making a huge difference, actually. But yeah, actually most of the opponent have now been eliminated because the Blood Dragons, the Blood Dragon Knights and various other things, they've actually been eliminated, most of them. So that's really making a huge difference to our overall chances. And my own forces are going to be easily able to deal with these Sylvanian scouts, because let's face it, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they be able to deal with them, you know? It's pretty simple. Okay, so let's just do this. There we go. Oh, wow, I'm just getting absolutely shot to death here. That's not very nice. So I'm just going to... Ooh, I got eliminated. Oh, dear. All right, I was about to heal myself, but, you know, that's how it goes. And I did thankfully just eliminate... I think that's actually it for us right now. I don't think I can actually win this any further. I could have, but yeah, most of these Blood Dragons are really low in HP, and I can't actually trust my AI friends to go where they need to go. But yeah, as you can see right here, I'm going to retreat. Unfortunate that we are, well, unable to win. However, we were close. Look at this. Only 325 left, and most of these guys are not even... I mean, they're literally just Sylvanian scouts for the most part. I've eliminated every single other thing, so we would have been able to take it if I took this a bit more seriously, but obviously, as it stands, I just created my faction, went straight on into a war with them because I just wanted to try it out and see what's going on with it. Anyway, that's going to be it for the series, and I think we'll probably do one more in the Old Realms, and then we'll see what else we're going to do after that. But yeah, Gunpowder is coming up, and if you have any suggestions about what kind of class I should play to get the most out of the career options, then by all means let me know. As far as I'm aware, Witch Hunters do not have a career path, whereas Warrior Priests do. So I'm actually not entirely sure what to do. I guess Warrior Priest and then spec into Gunpowder or something like that. I actually don't know. I'll see how that goes. But anyway, I thank you very much for watching and for joining me on this journey. Stay tuned for the next one. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.